morning, everybody. I'm just rolling in here to Kiwanis Connects from Virginia Beach, where we have actually been going under tornado warnings. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's something I've never experienced in my life. So I'm docking my boat because of the amount of water we have around here and finally coming into port here for Kiwanis Connects. I'm Aaron Phillips. Yes, it is raining and pouring, and fortunately not inside my house, so I can actually get rid of this stuff. Thank you for joining us today, all the way from Hawaii, and they are Cal Neva's District Convention, where it is about 6 a.m. their time. Not here. Is, of course, Media Past Governor of Cal Neva, Doc Val. Today's going to be very tricky, folks, so bear with me. Doc Val, how are you this morning?
Aloha. I am doing amazingly well. If you think about the fact that we are 6 hours apart and we all look bright and cheery and excited to go, this is going to be an amazing show. And that you brought Doc V to be a part of this show as well.
Reverend Dr. Vanessa McCoy Owens is the full name. That's right. She is a Kiwanian here, the Virginia Beach Kiwanis Club, and she's been helping her communities for over 40 years, missions and the whole thing. And she's got her own nonprofit group. Great lady in the community, great lady around the world, and we'll get to know her in a bit. Doc V, how are you this morning?
I'm excited, and thanks for asking, and thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. So, Doc Val, how's convention, dare I ask?
Well, you know, we started up yesterday, and it's really hard to have a bad convention when you're in paradise.
Very true.
It really, really is. And so I actually have seen people that are up at sunrise that I never thought I'd ever see at a sunrise because they are really night people. But we actually have the international president here, Katrina Barranco is here. Not immediate past, but past international president Art Riley stopped in, and our president-elect designate Michael Mulhall is here. So I think everybody looked at their calendars and said, which decon is going to be the best decon in the world, literally, and we're going there. And where can you wear shorts all the way through the process?
And of course, in the Cal Neva district, wearing Hawaiian print shirts as the colors, it fits right in anyway. Right? There you go. See, that was in the closet right behind. Well, you can't see my closet, but I have a closet behind me here, and I should have pulled that one out. But let me remind everybody, first of all, thank you for watching us on our Facebook pages, of course, the Kiwanis Connect Show or the WWDB TV Las Vegas. Remember, you got to punch in that Las Vegas. Those two Facebook pages. If you like YouTube, that's cool. Hey, we're an equal opportunity viewership. It's okay. Go there, either the Kiwanis Connect Show or the WWDB TV page. You can write your comments in there. John is so sophisticated, he can bring those in for us to see as well. But if you missed a show live, fret not, my friends. Why? Because in a couple of days, if you go to Roku, that's right, the international streaming service Roku, download the WWDB TV channel on Roku. You'll be able to check out not only the Kiwanis Connect shows, but all the plethora of choices of shows on the network. Now, if you want to call in and talk to Val, talk to me, but more importantly, talk to Dr. V, 702-992-3207. Kathy is putting it on during the break. Thank you, Kathy. She's obviously, I don't know where you're breaking at 6 a.m. for crying out loud. There's no sessions that early. Anyway, thank you, Kathy, for checking in. Thank you for everybody. Call us, message us, whatever you'd like. But we want to thank everybody for taking time out of your busy Friday, wherever you are, join us today. So let me do this. Doc Val, obviously I had Dr. V on Aaron's Hour with me last week. So I kind of got to know her a little bit. So what I'm going to do is ask Dr. V to give a little bit of an introduction about herself and her background, and then we'll kick it off. Kathy, you're talking about the shirt. Thank you, Kathy. Then we'll start off from there. So Dr. V, if you would just give us the brief synopsis of your background and such, if you would.
Well, above all, I am a humanitarian, and I'm an author, speaker. I am a down-to-earth community advocate, and I've been advocating knowingly for the last 40 years on purpose, and that's my sell out of here. I enjoy working for people that, number one, can't work for themselves, number two, are working and not getting anywhere, and number three, just need some direction or help. So that's basically who I am. I'm a globetrotter. I enjoy international missions. And I enjoy the life that I have on purpose. Yes.
Fantastic. You know, when I was looking at your bio and then having, you know, of course, got to do my homework, right? As I was looking at you, and I was just going, "Wow, this is my Shiro." The things that you have done, and now learning that you're also a Kwanian, the intersect of what you have done with your life is absolutely amazing. And so my brain is just on multiple firing zones about how we will continue to connect because when I look at what you did, I wonder, can you explain that aha moment that drew you to Kiwanis? Because you're already doing it all. You're living the objects of Kiwanis.
The aha moment again.
The aha moment that drew you to Kiwanis. How did you bring up the Aaron? Explain better. Do the
Yeah,
interpretation.
yeah, Dr. Vaz, do I understand that Dr. V literally walked into the Virginia Beach Kiwanis Club on her own volition a year or two ago? That's all I know. How you found that club, I think, is where we'd love to hear more.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that I knew that I needed to do, first of all, I'm not a transplant. I'm a homebound person. I was born and raised in Virginia, and my family and I left in the 80s for ministry. And all sorts of things happened. So in 2017, we came back home. I retired from Hershey Chocolate, and we came back home. That's another story. But one of the things that I've learned in my travels, and that is that to get grounded in any community, you really need to connect with a service group. And your visions are similar. They're doing what I'm doing. They're doing it. The Kiwanis are doing it at a, I don't want to use the word greater, but a larger rate than I am, but I'm still touching lives. So I knew that I wanted to be connected with a think tank, and I wanted to be connected to men and women that think like I think and understand that if not us, if not me, then who? And if not now, when? Basically. So whether it's financial, whether it's intellectual, whether it's spiritual, whatever the connection is, we are transforming lives. One village, one family, one community at a time, and one person. And that's what literally drew me. I knew that I wanted to be, I thought that now, don't tell Richard this, but I really thought that I was going to be around a bunch of old men that were going to pump a bunch of wisdom into me. I'm serious. You know, when you get to my age, and, you know, when you do what I've done, you just want to I want to hear the stories. You know, how did you all become victorious? Well, what happened? Well, how did you fall? Or what happened? How did the project fail? Because we understand that failing is an essential and it is an essential asset to being victorious. But we ate breakfast and they told jokes and stories. But it was really, I was looking for the continual, Dr. D, the continual grooming. And I want to be around a group of people that are progressive.
Yes.
Although they're not globetrotters around the world, but they make it possible, and they do it via the media, the internet, and finances. That's it. That's my aha moment.
That's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. And you know, you bring so much to the group as well. So as I'm looking at some of the things that you've done, were you part of a military family to start with, or was it all ministry?
All ministry, strictly ministry.
Because I look at your pathway and some of the places that you've been, they follow I'm a military kid. And so like Stuttgart and Japan and all those places, my father was stationed at those places, and we always looked for the chapel or the ministry as the continuity as we traveled through, because that renewed us in what we did. So when I was looking at where you've been, I was like, she's global. She is a global person. So absolutely amazing. So, Aaron, I know that you have a bunch of questions, and so I'm just stepping all over you.
Well, no, you're good, because I really want you to learn more about Dr. V, because I spent some time with her last week. But let me you shared it that you went through it. I just want to let this audience know that when we're talking about somebody here who has experience, I want to share that humanitarian effort took her to war-torn Lagos, Nigeria, as well as to help build a school in Bolivia, South America. Her ministry continued into foreign missions to Cancun, Mexico, Tokyo, Japan, Stuttgart, Germany, South Korea, and Rome, Italy. And answering the call has led Dr. Owens from kneeling in prayer in Hudson, Haiti, to preaching on the Sea of Galilee. So, folks, when you talk about a globetrotter, we're not just thinking about Meadowlark Lemon and Curly Neal here with a basketball. We're talking about a true globetrotter here that has really taken it upon herself and what her passion is to really make a difference. And when she was talking about one community, one person, I mean, the Kiwanis Object says one child at a time. This lady is living proof. And if you look up the word Kiwanis member in any dictionary, it should have her picture next to it as a definition, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Good morning, Herman.
So, so what is your favorite project that you work on at this point in time?
I would have to say being able to identify and build young girls from the age of 5 to 15. They tend to be overlooked as far as building self-esteem, self-value, worth, education, and really encouragement. I was with one of our board members, and in February, we chose the name of the annual conference to be I Love Me Too. And they said, one of the women said, well, that has a negative connotation to it because it's linked. I said, no, it isn't. It's linked that on February, the second Saturday, annually for every year, we will literally feel, touch, and smell 50 to 52 young women that no one has given them the opportunity to look at themselves. We look at two things in the month of February. We look at Black History Month and we look at Valentine's Day, and there are other things and birthdays. But I found throughout my study and my time in my travels that this is one of the most unidentified group of young ladies. So we're building strength and encouragement so that they can graduate, so that they can continue to pursue a dream and have one. So right now we're working with young girls from the age of 5 to 15 purposely, because that the formative years are there, and whatever we say and do to them, we would think that, well, why don't you wait until they're 7 and 8? Our youth are so progressive today. You've got babies that are still wearing Pampers that know how to operate a cell phone. And I'm 71 years old, and I'm still having to have to call somebody, either from T-Mobile or across the world, somebody somewhere to help me. And they master that. So those things are to be taken into consideration. I don't know if that was what you expected, but that's the project today.
And it's so timely. And part of it is, I know, sure, that you found in your research that the permanent memories start to kick in just before you turn 5.
Yes.
And so, any abuses or anything that happened before 5, they can get over that as long as it's not a physical damage. But by the time you hit 5 years old, that's when the tapes start to record permanently. And so that's a perfect age to start. Absolutely perfect.
And Dr. V, in a lot of our marginalized communities, we would have at least 3% of our babies that have been abused or offended by the age of 5. So it's not like the books that were written in 1926. Today, it's a different rule, and we're finding out today that a lot of young girls were abused during their younger ages, but they just didn't know how to tell. So, and we didn't know how to identify. So what we're doing today is we're making it possible. If there's something on you or in you or something that you want to say, befriend them, and let them know that this is a safe place. And you're beautiful here today, so we've started our campaign in identifying people that have enrolls to companies that manufacture or that have young girls undergarments. We'll give used clothes, but we don't give used undergarments. And for some girls, you'd be surprised. And this is a third world country now. I'm talking about here in the United States. So let's not get that twisted. I know what it's like over there, but I also see what it's like here. Back to you.
I want to just no. That's fine, because I want to get ready to step aside for a break. But first, in the chat room, I don't know if you saw it pop up there, Governor Val. Willie just jumped into the chat room, and he is a Kiwanian in Kampala, Uganda, listening to the show right now. So we are truly and continue to spread our wings worldwide. Before we go off to our messages, just some things I want to share about some local Kiwanis activity. September 11th, folks, is only a couple of weeks away. The tragic events of 9/11 back then. The Chesapeake Kiwanis Club on September 11th, which I think is a midweek on a Wednesday, I believe, 8:30 a.m. at the Chesapeake City Park. They are going to be part of the memorial service. There's going to be color guard down there, reading of names, speakers and stuff. So, folks, if you're in the area, even if you're visiting Kiwanian and you want to do something for 9/11, come on down. Chesapeake Kiwanis Club. If you get 4 members together, it's an interclub, because the Kiwanis Club of Chesapeake is going to be there. Also, too, September 6th for the Kiwanis Club of Virginia Beach. If you're a golfer, September 6th, we're still looking for some foursomes to get together. That is going to be played at the Sewell Point Golf Course. It's the Andy Bacuzzi Jim Joyner Charity Golf Tournament in support of some of the nonprofits such as Patriots Paws, annual Special Olympics fishing event, St. Mary's Home for Disabled Children, Tidewater Friends of Foster Care Rescue Squad. And you know what? It's only $100 a player. $100. It's one of the best and more affordable events around town. It will get you registration, lunch, dinner, drawings, the whole thing. Registration starts at 10:30, lunch 11, shotgun 11:45. Reach out to H.L. Marks. He is the tournament chair for the Virginia Beach Kiwanis Club at area code 757-672-2222. With that, we'll be back with both DVs, Dr. V's, both of them. I'm just me. Right after this, you're watching Kiwanis Connects. We'll be right back.
Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you stressed? Remember to take a moment for your mental health. At the Mental Health Moment, we believe in the power of self-care and community support. Our mission is to encourage and empower individuals across generations to prioritize their mental well-being. Through community, awareness, resources, and education, or CARE, we're here to support you every step of the way. Join us at the Mental Health Movement. Visit our website, thementalhealthmoment.org, or follow us on our social media platforms, because your mental health matters. Remember, take a moment for your mental health.
The Granville Allied Gardens Kiwanis Club was founded in 1960. We provide service to Allied Gardens, Granville, San Carlos, Del Cerro, and surrounding communities of San Diego. Our support extends to the youth of our community by sponsoring programs at Hearst Elementary School K-Kids, Lewis Middle School's Builders Club, Patrick Henry High School's Key Club, and San Diego State University Circle K. Some of our favorite events and charities we support include the First Friday Concerts in the Park, Patriotic Holiday Flags on Waring Road, Meals on Wheels, Cub Scouts, and the Allied Gardens Little League. Join our club. We are looking for people who care about making a difference for our children, for our community, and for our world. For more information about our Kiwanis Club and becoming a member, please visit www.alliedgardenskiwanis.org.
All right, welcome back. I got very hot in my winter jacket and my shirt. So look what I found there, Governor Val. These
Very
were your
nicely
colors.
done.
These were your colors. So I figured
That was the shirt that I designed.
That's right. So
Absolutely.
I figured, you know what? Let me brown nose the boss a little bit and wear her shirt. Anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. We appreciate it. We have Reverend Dr. Vanessa McCoy Owens. We lovingly call her Dr. V. She has started. If you missed the first part of the show, you're gonna have to go back and watch it again. But she started a foundation not too long ago called the Martin Luther King Family Life Center, if I got the letters right, or Family Life Center. Really, I did practice this. And what I'd like to do is, Doc Val, if we can, I'd like her to start talking about that organization. We can start segueing some of that work to how she's directly affecting the local community and really around the world, if that's all right.
Well, before you do that, there's something that I really wanted, because when we were, just before you went to your commercial about the Virginia Beach stuff,
Yeah.
One of the things that you talked about, Doc V, is how you help girls with the basic needs kind of things. And I would love to get you connected. We have a brand new club out here in California that it's called the Kiwanis Star. And the Kiwanis Star Club is connected to 3 Strands, which is an organization that helps girls and young women stop being trafficked and to also deal with sexual abuse and imprisonment. And they are also connected to Thorn, which is the organization that works with the FBI and all other areas in the world to make sure that there is no sex trafficking. So STAR stands for Sex Trafficking Awareness and Resources. And they're working with littles as young as 4 years old.
Yes.
All the way through. And I think that what you're doing, if you could become a satellite member from where you are to that club, so that we can start to get some of that awareness on your end.
Yes.
And it has all the pieces because it really fits in. So I'm not stealing you. I'm just spreading your wealth.
Well, Dr. V, one of the things that caused us, the group and the organization, I'm going to get back to the Martin Luther King Center in a minute, but the thing that caused us to know that we had to do this annually was because one of the presenters came and she had a presentation that said something like this: "Mirror, mirror in the book, please tell me how I look." Now, you've got a stage, you've got a 3-tier stage, and we're up there for a photo op. And you have about 50 to 52 young ladies up there from the age of 5 until maybe 15. And you have maybe 8 of them that refuse to look in the mirror or that began to cry. You know that you've got a problem, okay? And because of the different laws, and what you're really designed to do, some places you can't go, but you can send literature home and you can teach. And we had a young person from the library, the Chesapeake Note, from the Cuffy Community Center, Dr. What's her name? Dr. Reneel came in and she spoke to our young girls about being aware of being trafficked, about the awareness, what to look for and what not to fall for. So that component was added that day. I mean, we got a lot in, but then we recognized what we really needed to do continually, so we're working on that. And I welcome any information and any type of association or affiliation that will help us best educate our young people. So having said that, yes, you have my contact information and I'll get yours. And I'd really look forward to us continuing to build bridges and communities of strong men and women for today's complex and diverse world. So having said that, at the Martin Luther King Family Life Center, we build strong communities, basically, and leaders, through the advocacy of education and empowerment for today's complex and diverse world. How do we do that? One community, one classroom, one event at a time. And our signature program is titled 40 Days of Peace. And we had to add a hashtag because we've been in the program now for about 25 years. But we've learned since then that most of us can only be kind and be nice for one day at a time. We blow it, and literally the attention span of our youth, someone is subject to bumping them or saying something crazy to them and they fly off. But I think we fly off quicker than they do because it takes a minute or two for a child to know that they meant to do that for evil. And it takes, so you did that to me. Oh, well, I'm going to get even, I'm going to get you back. And what we've learned through the 40 Days of Peace initiative is that as we teach, everybody isn't taught how to be kind. Those manners, people say, well, they should be taught at home. Well, baby, guess what? If they don't, then you're going to have to teach them, because each one reach one. So we teach them minimal acts of kindness. Say good morning. May I help you? Oh, I like the way you did that, or you smell great, or you look nice today. And may I help you? Can I carry that bag of groceries? How many of you are old enough to remember when the Boy Scouts had a commercial on television, when we had 3 channels, but the Boy Scouts, they spent a lot of money in marketing, but they would be seen carrying an elderly person's groceries from the store to their car, or as they were crossing the streets. Well, we still need those same incentives. We still need those same acts of kindness. And what we do for 40 days, the program was literally designed to begin during Dr. King's birthday, from the 15th, whenever we celebrated his birthday, the third Monday, it would be for the next 40 days, we would on purpose render acts of kindness. We've partnered with colleges, we've partnered with jails, community correctional facilities, churches, organizations, but you've got to want to do this. You've got to see so much, degradation is a strong word, but you've got to see so much violence and so much cruelty going on in your community to recognize that you need somebody to be nice, somebody to say something kind. I know what it's like to be angry. I know what it's like, to be provoked, but what does it feel like when I say to you, Dr. V, good morning. I like that outfit that you have on, or good morning. Oh, I like your smile. Yes, that's it. That's it. And that goes a lot further than a lot of other gestures. Just one thing I'd like to add that I added to my presentation. There was a young man that jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge. Now, a whole bunch of people did it, but he did it and he lived. And his story today is, I jumped off, I woke up that morning, I had a difficult morning. He said he had mental health challenges. He knew that he was having difficulties, but he wanted, his litmus test was, if somebody would say something nice to me, I won't jump off the bridge. He got on the bus and rode all the way to the Golden Gate Bridge. So he was en route maybe about 45 minutes. And he interacted with other people, but no one said anything nice to him. I'm not taking it as my blame, but what I'm taking it as, this is an opportunity for us to say something nice. He said he made up his mind. If anyone, his name is Kevin, if anyone says anything nice or kind to me, I won't jump. Now, he had already made the decision, but there was, what is the word that I like to use? There was a condition for it, but no one said anything nice to him. He said, and the bus driver just took him to the bridge. And he got up there and he said the dumbest thing was, he was at the bridge up there and somebody asked him to take a picture of them, but they didn't say thank you or have a great day. And so he decided to jump. And we know the story as him breaking every bone in his body. And someone in a car saw it happen who had a number to the Coast Guard, and they were able to intervene and save his life. But while he was waiting for the Coast Guard to get there, a sea creature animal, it wasn't a dolphin, but something went under him and held his body support until help could get there. So what's the purpose of this little scenario, Dr. D? The purpose is one act of kindness. One nice word, just one. And I believe that we can make our environment a better place to live in. I'm a living witness. Yes. So that's about who we are and what we do. We work with at-risk youth and struggling families. We work with men and women returning to society from recently being incarcerated. We do a number of things, but since the pandemic, being that everybody can jump on that and blame it, and it really did make a difference in our structuring, we have become an awesome referral agency. But there are things that we've kept for ourselves, our hands to be on, and that's the 40 Days of Peace, and that is the Me Too, I Love Me Too program. So those are things that we have to do because that's our not our livelihood, but that keeps us connected to the community. I can refer you to the Salvation Army for food. I can refer you to the public assistance for clothing or something like that. But somebody needs to tell somebody how to say please, thank you, and have a great day.
With that, let me share the website for everybody to check out. You can go to mlkflc.org and learn everything you want and get more information, make a donation, see the things that Dr. V has done and continue, and continue to support her efforts to make a difference, as we say in Kiwanis, really one child at a time, one person at a time.
Yes.
And I've always believed that, when you see somebody, you may not even know, you're walking on the sidewalk, you see somebody coming your way or whatever. There's nothing wrong with just a little smile. Hey, how you doing today? Because you don't know what a difference that'll make in somebody's life. I've always believed in that. I've always tried to do that. I may miss a few people here and there, but you just don't know what a simple smile or just eye contact with somebody that you're walking past on the street may make a difference in someone's life.
Yes.
It's very simple to do. What does it say? It takes less muscles to smile than it does to frown. Is that right? Is that the old saying?
Yes,
right?
It is.
Something like that.
Okay.
So smile a lot more, people. It'll also work by double chin if I smile a lot more too. So I want to just kind of digress just a little bit. I love the story, and I'm going to bounce off the target here for a moment, Doc Val, because I love going off target a little bit. One thing that is not in her resume, and it's something we had a good chuckle about, is that in her prior life, reason that the basis of all that she's done was in the heart of Pennsylvania. She used to work for a small little chocolate company out there in Pennsylvania called, I think it was like Hershey's Chocolate. And why don't you share what you did there, your position, and the loaded question I asked you last time?
So I worked for Hershey Chocolate. I started on the line of packing. And the funniest thing is I couldn't keep up because this conveyor belt is going. And these women have been on that belt for at least 25 or 30 years, and they have a system. And it's piecework, and you have to you grab those bars and you put them in and you grab them. And if you turn slightly away for 1 second, you miss the rhythm. And honest to God, they would get so upset with me because the bars would run on the floor because I wasn't fast enough. There has to be a certain dexterity, you know what I mean? And then you're pressured because it's piecework. And those women were angry, and they put me out to the department because I couldn't. I tried to put a bucket down there to hide it, but at the end of the shift, you're supposed to have so many counts, and they would never go under unless the line stopped. And they were looking for the candy bars, but they were in the bucket down there, because I couldn't. What was I supposed to do? And you couldn't eat those because they were already wrapped candy bars. And it was the funniest thing. I never really thought about it like Lucy until my husband brought it to my attention. And then they moved me to the Kiss Wrap. Well, the Kiss Wrap machine wrapped at least 1,000 kisses a minute. It was just that it was a huge, it was a monstrous of a mechanism there, but it literally, the kiss came through the hopper and it came down the machine on a straight conveyor belt. And it was then dropped into a piece of foil that has the little twist tinsel in the middle of it. And then it wraps it and then it sends it on to another place. Well, I did that until the hopper ran over. I fall asleep. And that wasn't a good job for me. I fell asleep. I'd fall asleep and I fell asleep. And I'd get written up, but I was union. So they would help me out. But my boss would come and just shut the machine off. And then the other women would get upset because, again, it's piecework and it's quota, not quarter, but quota. And but anyway, I felt like Lucy. My husband called me, and that's in fact, well, I'm not going to tell you my nickname, but anyway, I have this out the back. But Bob called me Lucy because I couldn't keep up, but I tried. But it was one of the best. One of the best occupations that I ever had. I enjoyed learning about the company. I didn't learn about the company until I retired from the company, but I learned about the structure and all that went into making the candy bar and all that caused it to get to your shelf, okay, to your house. But it was it was funny. Y'all can laugh now. Go on, go ahead and laugh. Because my husband called me
Mom's
Lucy.
giggling in the background. Mom Flo, she used to work at Izod in
Really?
Pennsylvania, and she would have to fold shirts. And
Okay.
and it was piecework, and absolutely. And you realize, I never understood that when we would go pick my mom up, because we only had one car. And so we'd go pick up my mom after school and work, and people would be running to leave the job. They would just, it was like literally adults running into the parking lot because they were so done with their day.
What was you did get a nickname as the Kiss something, right? Master Kisser or something for being on the Kiss candy line?
No, my husband wouldn't let me have that.
Oh, he wouldn't give you that title?
No, but he called me Lucy.
Okay. Notice I changed my background.
Remember, I can be a Kiss girl today. It's going to cost you.
Gotcha.
Now we can set up a poster, and I can be an original. I have the records and everything and pictures. I can be the original Kiss girl, and it'll cost you. And we're talking big bucks today, okay? But no, Bob called me Lucy because he just thought I did some funny things. But anyway, yeah.
Good
But
morning,
it is
George.
the Kiss capital of the world, and it is the sweetest place on earth.
Absolutely.
So if you kiss me, you're gonna transport that to you or transfer that to you. A kiss from the sweetest place on earth.
Well,
You know what, Doc? We ought to do something with that. We can make us. That's easy money. We can make us. And I'm a good kisser. Now I don't do tongue. I do cheeks. Okay, I have no lips.
Okay.
But we can make us some money. Okay. All right.
I can do hugs and kisses, and so.
Ladies and gentlemen, the
Let's
continuation
make
of
money.
this topic shall continue after midnight tonight, and we find out more details. I really didn't
Wait a minute. There is a commercial here that says for every dollar you spend or every nickel you spend it goes to the child. It's all about the children. So it's all about the children. We're not doing Toledo shots. We're doing kisses, okay? And you might feel a little vibration from that, But we're gonna make that happen out in Hawaii. How about that?
I'm loving it. I am absolutely loving it.
Shout out to our buddy George Nicholas, who's in the chat room watching today's episode. Thank you, George, for jumping in. And during that conversation, you'll notice I changed my background in honor of Miss Kiss over here, just so everybody got a sense of what we were doing. All right. Doc Val, I want to take our second break early so we have plenty of time to finish up at the end so we can get to whatever else we need to. And, of course, as always, finish things off with a bunch of bad dad jokes. That's right. The classic segment that Andy loves. Hopefully he's well enough to be able to howl and not, hurt himself or hurt somebody around him. Anyway, with that, you're watching Kiwanis Connects. We will be right back.
Some estimates say that someone in the United States has a stroke every 40 seconds. Rocky, please share with us your experience.
Aaron, as we all think we are invincible, after playing baseball for 12 years and never missing a game, I had a stroke while I was umpiring. It put a new perspective on life for me. No more golf, bowling, dancing, or most importantly, playing catch with my grandchildren. Please listen to your own body warnings. Pay attention and watch for your family and your friends. Watch for those warning signs. You are not invincible.
Derek, what are some of the symptoms and signs we should be aware of?
The simple rule is to remember the be fast rule. Balance. Beware of loss of balance. Eyes. Check for vision loss. Face. Check if one arm is weak or numb. Speech. Listen for slurred speech. Time. Call 911 immediately if there's treatment. There's treatment available if it's within 3 hours.
John, what are some of the resources that folks have available for them?
There are several stroke support groups available to stroke survivors and their caregivers. Many of the stroke support groups you can attend can be accessed on your computer via Zoom. The stroke groups we support are located at the bottom of your screen.
This message was proudly brought to you by the following: the Kiwanis Club of Laguna Elk Grove, the Kiwanis Club of Oakland, and the Kiwanis Club of Palo Alto. Kiwanis International is a global community of clubs, members, and partners dedicated to improving the lives of children one community at a time. Today, we stand with more than 550,000 members, from K-Kids to Key Club to Kiwanis, for all ages in over 80 countries around the world. Each community has different needs, and Kiwanis empowers members to pursue creative ways to serve the needs of children, such as fighting hunger, improving literacy, and offering guidance. Kiwanis clubs host nearly 150,000 service projects each year.
For more information, contact Herman Platsky at KiwanisClub of 29Palms.com.
All right, welcome back to Kiwanis Connects. Thank everybody for tuning in, and everybody starting people. Governor Val, some people are some people are already starting to check in. John Crawford from the convention, and of course, I tagged Andy. The bad dad jokes are coming up soon, and there he is. He says he is ready. All right, Andy, I got some lined up for you, my friend. Hope things are going good for you. By the way, that last commercial we saw, also one in the first segment. Those are the Kiwanis Club customized commercials that we offer here through Kiwanis Connects and with the help of WWDB TV. If you want to have a customized commercial for your club, promote your club event, new members, or if you have a business, if you're a Kiwanian and you want to promote your business with a commercial, send an email to me, KiwanisConnectsInfo@gmail.com. For 30 seconds, it's $250. For 60 seconds, it's $300. For 90 seconds, it's $350. But $50 off the top of whatever level you decide to get involved with goes back to the Kiwanis Club Rose Float group so that we can keep the float floating and keep the flowers flowering and keep our message out there on a worldwide stage come New Year's Day. So please email me, KiwanisConnectsInfo@gmail.com. I will get back to you with all the details. Okay. With that, let's get back to it. Doc Val, I'll throw it back to you.
Well, I'm looking at some of the comments that are in the chat and everything, and so if people wanted to start your 40 days
40 days of peace
40
program
days
project. Yes.
And so how would they get started?
They can go to our website. It is a free download. In fact, as we're speaking now, I have my web host master working on that download. They can get all the information, everything that they need, and it's free. Mm-hmm. Now, if they want to give a donation, they're more than welcome to do that. But we want to empower every community, every group of people. The acts of kindness are already written out for you, what to do. And at the end of the 40 days, we also offer a certificate. Young people like to know that they've accomplished something. They like that achievement. So it's there for them. But if you'll just give me at least another 10 days, because they're working on it, they've got another project, but go back to, and in fact, I'll ask if I can come back on in about 10 days or in about a couple of weeks, and we can make sure to know that it's being downloadable, that you can have access to it. And I think it's a wonderful, wonderful tool.
I think it'd be great for Key Clubbers. I
Yes.
just think, our high school students would really resonate with us. And
Yes.
it's really, really exciting. And it's a way for us to connect with them in a different way. So
yes, in fact, Dr. V, prior to relocating here, our main campus was the high schools and the colleges, and the young people could identify, with, okay, well, I'll be nice today. And even we have letters from people in the prison system, the correctional facilities, well, we saw your article. One chaplain wrote, we saw the article about the 40 days of peace, and the women decided to shut down for 40 days, that they would be kind and nice to each other for 40 days. So it works. And I would like to say this, Dr. V, I do apologize. I did not know that you were going to be here, and I don't know an awful lot about you, other than you're pretty, and I'm grateful, and you're a very kind person. I like your persona. So and I'd like to give a shout out, if I may, to a Kiwanis Club, the Kiwanis Club in Jamaica. As I was surfing to find out a little more about all that we do, I ran across this amazing group. It's the Kingston, Jamaica Club. And they had a young speaker a year ago, and his name is Keith Nugent. And he started off his presentation with giving back is a great way to know your community and the citizens in it. And he says, I'm going to give you 5 different ways. I'm just going to give you 5 different ways of giving back and what it does. First, he said, giving makes you happy. Then he said, giving is good for your health. Giving helps social connections. Giving involves gratitude. And then he said, giving is contagious. If we have any non-members or new members, anybody that doesn't understand, please support our local Kiwanis because they give back. Stories tell, but pictures sell. And these are facts. This isn't anything that we're going to have to guesstimate about. One of the things that has been most helpful to us is to go into a foreign country and to see that there is a well that the Kiwanis or a service group from the United States has been responsible for digging. And that community, they didn't need food. They may have needed it, but that wasn't the pressing urgency. They needed water, and they needed our dollars and our funds to come over there to drill, to bring them the equipment over there and to drill until there was water. So being able to furnish a community of 200 with 2 pumps is a life-saving agent for them, and it keeps us in the knowing that we've helped that one child and that one family stay alive. We can live a little without food, and we can make it without proper clothing, but water is an essential. And I just like to, give my hand. I don't know how to give a hand wave, but to the Kiwanis for going into the various countries and digging wells and providing water for the communities. So Kingston, Jamaica, we want to keep our eyes on them. They have a very, very, very strong, young, committed group of people. And they seem to be, from what I've seen, and that was the only viewing that I saw, but they look to be very well vested. They have their Kiwanis flag or drop on the wall, and you can see the various accomplishments that organization has done. And I just like to say kudos to them.
You know that the Eastern Canada Caribbean district is the fastest growing district in Kiwanis. And it's because people have decided that Kiwanis is the best way to meet the needs of the kids in the communities there. And so I want to just add an extra shout out to their governor-elect, Cynthia Blackman, and our our vice president who is voted in, Hope Marks, who is the first will be the first Black international female president of Kiwanis International.
Woo! Congratulations.
In the Caribbean. And Hope has been on our show a couple of times. And so we'll just extend out. She's probably watching. Extend out and let her know that you fell in love. So
yes,
that's awesome.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Beautiful.
It's just amazing how things tend to overlap and connections, and it's all about relationships. Isn't it crazy?
It's awesome.
Yes.
All right. We have, we have roughly 10 minutes left. So before we finish up with Dr. V, she's got me all choked up now. We're going to unveil a new segment right about now, as I'm giving John a 30-second heads up to push the right button because he always says, you didn't give me time. So I believe if you're a Batman fan, you might recognize this word popping up when he's punching people. We're calling it what, Doc Val? The what moment?
The wow moment.
There you go. Here's the intro.
Wow. So I know it just is. I really have been looking around the world at all the different signature service projects that have been happening, and I am humbled and just amazed. So I wanted to make sure that every time we have a show, we talk about a different area, a different club that is doing something that people don't even realize that's Kiwanis. And so today I wanted to talk about, because it is the first anniversary of the fires in Lahaina.
Wow.
And so yesterday was when we did some memorial services, and they're doing a number of things throughout the weekend. And the Kiwanis clubs of Kahului and the Kiwanis Club of the Garden Isle and the Kiwanis Club of Maui all came together with their foundations to bring from the very first Christmas for almost 2,000 kiddos, that each child got an outfit and a present that was wrapped. That was all by age group. And they're helping rebuild the school. They're making sure that kids have everything to go back to school. And the governor has actually finished working through a deal so that it is $2 billion that will go back into the community and settle the lawsuits, so that many of these kiddos' homes will be rebuilt, because there are still thousands of people that are displaced. So I wanted to send a well message out to our Ohana Kiwanis out here in Maui. So
right on. Congratulations. That's great. That's great stuff there.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine. It's unbelievable to think it's been a year already.
Been a year.
Wow, that is absolutely crazy stuff. A year, jeez. Yeah. But one thing though that I'm very happy is the fact that at least Kiwanis has a presence in helping help those people get reestablished to the best of our ability, to provide for the families to the best of our ability, whether it's money, boxes of necessities, whatever. Once again, Kiwanis is just like the Red Cross. When you need us, we are there. See. So we're not an airline company, folks. We are community service. You know what I'm saying? Kiwanis, Qantas, it's all in an accent. You know what I'm saying? All right. Before we get into bad dad jokes, let's wrap up with Dr. V, and she's welcome to stick around, whether she chooses to laugh or not at these bad jokes.
I'll laugh.
Okay, that's good. Because I make it a mission to make sure one joke of the ones I deliver, Doc Val falls off the chair. That happens.
Yes.
Now that Mama Flo's in the background, I got twice the pressure. So you know what I'm saying? So, what did she say?
She says you got that right.
See, I know my audience. You know what I'm saying? But Andy is easy though. I love Andy. He laughs at just about everything. All right. So real quickly, Dr. V, if you would just give us a synopsis again of the Martin Luther King Family Life Center. What you may be looking for. I've provided the website. How can people reach you directly?
Well, the Martin Luther King Family Life Center works with at-risk youth and struggling families, men and women returning recently from incarceration. We are a basic needs, but not limited to. We have a workforce development program referral today, as I mentioned earlier. Our primary goal today is to work with young girls from the age of 5 to 15 in assertiveness, and I'm sorry about that, and building self-esteem, making them aware that they bring value to life, and teaching them the value that they have, and our 40 Days of Peace program. Our 40 Days of Peace program, one day at a time, hashtag, please, thank you, excuse me, may I help you? Have a great day. Would you like a glass of water? Did I offend you? We're finding, and we're teaching children how to say, excuse me, So those are some of the highlights of the program. I would like to say this. Years ago, maybe about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, our program received recognition from the White House, from the Interfaith program, when President Barack Obama was in office. He had a group of people that went around and investigating what some of the other people were doing in the communities. And so we have that. It still has value to it. I honor that. I'm grateful for that. And we have senators, and we have a legacy of men and women that have supported the program and that understands the importance of the program. Please, thank you. Have a great day. It is literally the difference between life and death today. We're seeing where a negative word can wreak havoc, but a kind word can wreak joy.
Love it. Love it. Thank you very
So,
much. Again, the website
Martin Luther
is
King Family Life Center, MLKFLC.org. MLKFLC.org.
right on. And for those who are watching, it's on the bottom of the screen scrolling. If you've missed any part of today's show, as soon as we go off the air, go right back to the videos tab on the Facebook pages or YouTube, and you can rewatch the show and get the information again. If you have Roku, if you do, make sure you download the WWDB TV channel on Roku. You can watch this show, all the shows of Kiwanis Connects, and the plethora of choice that one has, a plethora of things you can watch on the plethora of network WWDB TV. Dr. V, thank you again for coming on, and we're so happy that we're able to provide our platforms for you to share what you do, because it is so important in today's world that we actually give a darn about what other people need to have in their lives to remain part of society and be comfortable with it. All right, with that, it is that time. It is that time where I do my best to make the world laugh at least a little bit today. I know Andy's watching from Cali, so I appreciate my friend there, which, by the way, I had the distinct honor last week of communicating with him prior to an appointment he had. And for what I heard, he needed a few laughs before he went into his appointment. And I actually recorded some, and supposedly, and I'm relying on Doc Val to have told me this, he actually enjoyed them. So I'm glad that helped a little bit.
He loved it. He
did? All
loved
right,
it.
good. Did he like the last one about the surgery, trying to fix a crack or something, whatever it was about a butt? I don't know, something like that. All right, here we go. Why did the old man fall in the well?
He made a wish.
Because that's not bad. But the reality is, but the reality is, he just couldn't see that well. See, he had trouble with his vision. See, okay, never mind. That was not good. Sorry. Sorry, Mama Flo. That was not very good. I know.
He's actually laughing.
Oh, is she really? All right, I take that back. Why was the taxi driver fired? Because he was trying to go the extra mile. Okay.
Okay.
I know. What can I tell you?
I'm trying.
I know. Listen, I'm using a new book. Okay, so I've got to.
Oh, okay. He's got a book. He's got a book.
I'm not.
He's got a book.
Yeah, I have a book. I'm not that good off the top of my head. So, why should you never let an impressionist painter park?
What?
Why should you never let an impressionist painter park?
Because of the football?
Because they never know where the van goes.
Ah!
Come on! I'm getting lambasted in the chat room.
I think Kathy
Yeah.
might have liked
Kathy,
that
tell me,
one.
do you have any good ones? Well, I don't know. I thought that was a good one. And Nagel, my buddy Steve Nagel of A Lifetime up in Jersey. Listen, dude, insert your own laughter whenever you're ready to. Okay. We got one I got two more, mercifully. So, what did Cinderella say when her photos didn't arrive? Come on, if you guys don't laugh at this one. What did Cinderella say when her photos didn't arrive? Someday my prince will come. All right. I got a thumbs up in the chat room from Andy. Kathy, she got that one. My prince will come. Well, okay, so she got it. All right, here's the last one. Come on, that had to have gotten laughter from.
That was
Mama.
good.
Was that good for Mama Flo too?
Yes, laughing
All right.
from Flo.
Dr. V, you good so far? Here, I got the last one.
I'm good.
Thank goodness I got the last one. All right. Why was the vampire grumpy?
He had low blood.
Not bad, but no, because he had a bad attitude. Vampire. That's in honor of my guys right here. Come on now, new phone cover. That's the guys right there. All right.
Dr. B, we got to get the book. We got to get the book, Dr. B.
We got to get him a better book.
Listen,
We got to get him a better book.
I got 4 of them. What do you want from me? There aren't that many out there. I got 4 books. No, but at least my buddy Arsene from South Africa also, he likes it. So internationally, I'm getting laughs. I'll tell you that much.
Yes, internationally, you're getting laughs.
All right. With that, that ends bad dad jokes. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Again, Dr. V, again, Martin Luther King Family Life Center, MLKFLC.org. Check it out. Check her out. You need a speaker. She will come. We didn't even get to the fact she's written books. She's a singer. She can bring a bag of her kisses if you want. We could have so much stuff with her. She's more than willing to come talk to your organization. Just reach out there. Doc Val, as always, my friend. Let's wrap up. It's your floor.
You know, I'm always so very thankful, and I needed this show this week. There's been so many things that you can complain about and so many things that you can be down about. But when you really start talking about kindness and talking about loving one another and your 40 days of peace, I'm kicking it in right away. We're headed on the right track, and it's all about our Kiwanis connection. So thank you.
Right on. Just a reminder for everybody out there, when you are taking pictures, you're at the convention, you have a club activity, please go to the Kiwanis Connects Facebook page, post your pictures. I posted a picture the other day of the speaker at the Virginia Beach Kiwanis Club getting a certificate from the Virginia Beach Volunteer Organization. Post those pictures so we can talk about you and your club and everybody can see what you're doing. John Crawford says, holy bat dad jokes, Batman, you betcha. So with that, I'm going to simply say this. Make sure you tune in next Friday, same bad time. Same bad channel. Why? Remember, be kind to everybody. That's all we're talking about. Why? Because we're all we have. We'll see you next time right here on Kiwanis Connects. Show adjourned.